I get the feeling that this is like a really like a heart-focused kind of entrepreneurship. This is kind of like you have a dog, you get an interest in what they're eating. It kind of turns into a career, an aspiration to build this brand. And so where are you right now? Where do you see yourselves going?
I think you got it spot on, and I appreciate you noticing that because I definitely do think about this from that element. When you're running a business, you're always balancing like how do you make the numbers work with like in at least this case. Some people are like only that, but you're also thinking about like how do I help people and with us, like I'm really trying to figure out how we can make $1 billion impact that legitimately improves the lives of people and specifically their dogs, but at the same time, like not necessarily just creating a bunch of products that people don't need in order to achieve that. Like we want to do something that's actually going to be good for them, and that's really where I get to this fresh food thing. um, you know, this is a great product, don't get me wrong. And for people who like don't want to have a bunch of their refrigerator space taken up by dog food, like this is it. But ultimately, there's nothing better you can do for your dog than make them food at home with fresh ingredients. And the same for you. And take this from someone who like used to have the worst diet ever. And I mean, what when you really look into it, like the reason why literally 50% of Americans have diabetes or pre-diabetes is because we're eating high sugar foods that are highly processed. Humans have maybe eaten this way with like higher carbs for 12,000 years since the agricultural revolution. That's only 5% of the modern Homo sapien human history. So when you think about dogs, like dogs have only eaten this way for like 80 years.
Wow.
And so they're not biologically adapted to it. And so companies are just getting away with feeding dogs 50 to 70%. And here's why, because I confront this every day. I confront this struggle head on. Those are the cheap ingredients that allow you to have high margins.
Right.
So, we have accepted and honestly sometimes struggle with what our margins are because we've included these ingredients.
Yeah.
But like in the end, it's like that's just like what really frustrates me about the pet food industry today. It's the thing that I number one want to see today. And so like my question is, and you were asking about like the change that like we would like to make. It really is, how do we get more paw parents feeding their dogs fresh cooked homemade food?
I think having the two products is perfect because for me right now in my stage in life with these two young children, my husband traveling as much as he does, I could not take on making even with three ingredients, I couldn't take it on. And a lot of pet parents aren't going to take that on.